Here we go. December the 29th, 2022. Ready to begin our New Year's time trek into the cabin. Got some real bonuses. We've had good friends come by. Look at the parking spots, it's already scratched out. We don't need to spend an hour digging that out. Even Drill Man David came by later, and he skied in a mile toward the cabin, tromping down the path and knocking snow out of the trees. So, boy, it's nice to have friends in high places, huh? Kevin's back there somewhere. Shout, Kevin.
Finishing up the blueberries.
Yeah, Kevin had some blueberries, and he's been treasuring them all the way up. So, don't want them to freeze. So, all right, we're ready to begin our trek in. We're just going to go in real light. I was going to take the chainsaw and do a lot of cutting on the way in, but David did the worst of it. We know we can duck around, so we've decided to make it as quick as possible to get into the cabin. We got a Subway sandwich and some drink to fortify us if we get hungry halfway in. So we are stoked up, packed, ready for the first trek. Oh, things are going really nice. David came through and knocked a lot of the snow off the branches yesterday. We're not sinking in like a year ago. We had what I called it sugar snow. Deep and just granular, and you just sank all the way to the bottom. But here, this is going to end up being we're going to make a real nice path out of this. Nice. I stopped here. I'm going to peel off a layer, get the wool jacket off, and I'll be getting plenty warm as we move along. I want to stay ahead of it, not get sweaty. I'm about a 1.5 mile into the 3 miles we have to go. It's going really good. David knocked the snow out of these trees, and it's not down near as bad as I thought it could have been with the early wet snow. Sometimes it can really make a mess, but so far we've only had one tree across the trail that I'll cut out later. And good news is I think that with the way the consistency of the snow is, we'll be able to get the snow dog in here, make a nice broad path to be coming and going very easily. And the other good news is, I haven't seen much as I'm working hard skiing here, but on the drive through the forest, the pine grosbeaks and the different birds we were seeing, gonna make for an interesting week. Well, I'm at the 1/3 of the way in, 1.5 kilometers, or just about a U.S. mile. You see, I'm getting a little bit damp, so I'm gonna slow down here and take a break. Up ahead, David got a little past this and turned around, so Kevin's up there now. He's having a little tougher time, I'm sure, but kind of making the trail wide enough, and I can see that it's gonna groom up really nice in the coming days. It's supposed to stay fairly mild. Well, it is gonna drop down cold tomorrow night, but after that, it's just we're never that far down. So right now, again, it's just not too far below the freezing point, and we all understand what degrees that is. So after last year, I headed in here on a really hard day, and I got halfway in here. I thought, Martin, you didn't bring any liquid. So before we left the suburbs there, I picked up a bottle of, I think it's 7-Up. Thought that'd be a good replenishment. Kevin got a sandwich, a big sandwich from that. We'll cut that in half, and so, and of course we got enough snacks. The apple pies are frozen, but you know, in a pinch we could probably get one out. So let's sit here a second and enjoy this. No hurry today. David has a sense of humor. He's scribed in the snow here where he quit breaking trail. Good luck. Appreciate the effort, David. It's been good going so far. We get into that next bunch of trees up there, across this old wildlife opening. I don't think it'd be too bad. I think it'll be easier. Almost halfway.
Where you're really soaking wet.
You cooled down a little bit, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm getting comfortable again.
Good. That's we stopped here at the halfway point.
If I had the shorts and the short sleeve shirt, I think I'd put them on today.
Yeah,
Probably be fine.
sometimes we worry about staying warm enough, and today we're worried about being too warm before we get to the cabin. So
Overheated's not good either.
a good problem to have. But we're down here in these trees here, and the snow held up on top of the trees a lot. So we've got our easiest going, and there's a pretty good deer population down here this year. So they've even got kind of a track laid down for us. On to the second half. There's a nice sight ahead. What I call my high throne. More importantly, it means a half a mile to go. And quite a few deer have been hanging around out here. I don't know if you can see the tracks coming across my trail here. I'm like, what's going on? But I look over here, and there's this big cedar tree that held all the snow up, and they've been able to lay down under there and browse for some grass. So they change over to twigs, but these must still be enjoying a little bit of grubbing down there. This is why I cut off that maple brush sometime and let it grow back, because they've been in here and they got all the nice tender stuff nibbled off. Probably as the winter goes on, they'll come back and maybe take a little bit of the coarser stuff, but if it gets too old, they don't want to eat it at all. So that's why I go every once in a while with the brush saw in the fall late and shave her off, and it comes back up and into a nice browse. And I can see here that the deer are enjoying my efforts now.
I don't know, I'm debating on skis being better than these.
Well,
At certain points, I think skis would have been better.
you guys remember who's making a track for the snow dog?
Yeah, yeah.
I think the Martins are coming around checking things out.
Daylight in there.
Yeah.
Deeper without this snowshoe, so.
First order of business, get a fire going.
Yeah, good.
Hey Kevin, when you get the snow shovel, and we'll get these ashes out before we get a fire
Oh,
going.
okay, where are they?
Should be right around back.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, that's well, let's scatter the top. It should work.